Hi there, I'm Mike Creavey for Homeschool Connections, and with me today is Homeschool Connections instructor Marjule Hartmann. Marjule, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Mike, and thanks for having me.
It's a joy to have you here, and I always like to ask, teachers, we like to learn a little bit about our instructors, where they come from, and just kind of what led you to Homeschool Connections in the first place.
Sure. Well, I'm born and raised in New Jersey, and my husband and I have two children who are now uh, officially adults. We homeschooled them all the way through high school, and so I am long a member of the homeschool community, and found my way to Homeschool Connections through mutual friends
Sure.
and parents and students and families that just love Homeschool Connections. And I thought, I'm going to check that out because I do enjoy teaching. I have a lot of experience in the classroom and also as a parent educator. So it was a natural fit for me to come to Homeschool Connections.
Absolutely. Yeah, I hear that a lot, that the network, really is seems to be
Oh
expanding,
yeah.
and, word of mouth. I don't even exactly remember. I think I heard about it from Bill Donahue, who's one of our instructors and does a lot with Theology of the Body Institute, in my neck of the
Sure.
woods here. But it is funny. A lot of folks sometimes, like after the years go on, it's like maybe I don't remember exactly how I first heard about it, but
Right. It's a lot of
we're out there.
concentric circles in the
Yeah,
in the homeschool community. That's right.
absolutely. So what kind of courses are you teaching, or have you taught in the past? Anything new coming up that you're looking forward to?
Well, I'm super excited about the coming year. Last year, I taught middle school literature and also middle school and high school German. I'm
Hmm.
going to be offering classes in the same subject areas again this fall. So, in the fall, I've got two middle school fantasy literature classes. One is called Heroic Animals. I just adore
Oh, that's
books
cool.
about animals. So you can check that out. We're going to be reading Redwall and also Mrs. Frisbee and the Rats of Nim.
Okay.
I'm also going to be teaching a course on the Chronicles of Narnia, the beloved C.S. Lewis
Yeah.
collection, and as well also starting with German 1 and German 2 in the fall.
Okay.
So,
I'm laughing because when you mentioned Narnia, I'm just rereading now with mostly my eldest daughter. Usually the 5-year-old tends to fall asleep by the time we get to, but we're working our way through The Horse and His Boy right now, and
oh,
the scene where
okay.
where Aravis and Lazareline are hiding behind the couch, when the Tisroc and the people come in and they don't know they're there. Spoiler alert: if you haven't read these books, they're like 70 years old. But I just
Right,
laugh
right.
because her imagination's so great, and she kind of got it, but I don't know what jumped out. She's like, Daddy, are they kind of like, she was following some of the descriptions, and she's like, are they kind of dressed like Aladdin, like the people? And I
Oh,
said, yes. I said, basically, I
yes.
feel like that's the quickest way we can summarize all of that part of
Right.
the imagination here of where we're at, sort of in Lewis's imagination. I said, pretty much, yeah.
Sure.
So,
She was able to
but
make that kind of
yeah,
broad cultural connection.
right.
You
So of
know,
course those are
uh,
perennial texts for a lot of reasons, but yeah.
oh, yeah. I mean, they are beloved books on the shelves of pretty much every homeschooling family I know. And in the spring, I just completed a course that I called Of Mountains, Monsters, and Men, where
Mm.
we made connections with some of the tales that inspired C.S. Lewis and
Oh
J.A.R.
wow.
Tolkien.
Yeah.
And, and one of the things that I wanted my students to take away from that is that writers and creators, they don't operate in a vacuum.
Right.
Everybody is inspired by somebody else. And so we read um, The Princess and the Goblin by George MacDonald, and we
Hmm.
also read Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne.
Yeah. Yeah.
And C.S. Lewis and Tolkien both enjoyed those works, borrowed, ideas and concepts from those works. And so
Yeah.
it's really cool when the kids can make those connections.
Well, and I think too, there's a lot of benefit too to be like, in the more you read, of course, about Tolkien and Lewis, and seeing many of those influences, like I'm not so sure with Jules Verne, but certainly like H.G. Wells and such, where like worldview wise, like you could not have been more, sort of on different sort of ends of the spectrum, so to speak. But how much respect
Yeah.
they had for that creative imagination, and yeah,
Yeah.
it's a really cool thing.
They both had a lot of respect for what we now call science fiction.
Mm-hmm.
Jules Verne himself didn't really see himself so much as writing science fiction. He
Mm.
was more of a geographer and someone who wanted to get to know all of the corners of the world and map out the
Yeah.
world. And so one of the really interesting connections that we made was with a Victorian thinker, William Morris. Many people know William Morris from the textiles and stuff,
Yeah. Yeah.
but a lot of common threads there: a love of Iceland, and so the idea
Mm-hmm.
of landscape and things like that. There's just and the middle schoolers are so quick to grasp these connections
Sure.
because they're really coming into their own in terms of like their skills and their analytical abilities, but they also tend to approach things still with that sense of wonder and enthusiasm.
Right. I feel like that's an
So
age too where they're, you're just starting to get the first taste of like more of what you at that age. I kind of remember in my own life, feel like our kind of a grown up interests or like a grown up level of sort of
yes,
intrigue and interest in something where you really
yeah,
you feel like it's possible, right, for you to at least begin to understand something on more of that like adult par, so to speak, and make those connections.
that's right.
Which you mentioned geography. Before I forget, real quick, isn't it? This is just coming to me now. 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea. Doesn't he? They go through Atlantis, don't they? Like submerged ruins of
Yeah, so
Atlantis or something at some point. I
right.
read that a couple years ago. Yeah, that was kind of cool.
It's interesting because Jules
Yeah,
Verne, he was sort of commissioned to write a whole series of adventurous voyages.
yeah.
I don't want to butcher the French, but Les Voyages Extraordinaires or something.
Mm-hmm.
So there was 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Journey to the Center of the Earth,
Right.
and
Around. Did he do Around the World in 80 Days also? Was that part
yes,
of
he
that? Or yeah,
did.
yeah. Okay.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
So
Yeah, that's very
so
cool. Well,
yeah,
and
and he
I
was
don't want to go ahead.
Oh, I'm
I'm sorry.
sorry. I,
No,
I
you go
just
ahead.
wanted to mention that he was writing in the 1850s and 60s. I mean, this is a
Right.
long time ago.
Right.
I'm like, kids, this book was first published before our American Civil War ended. Think
Yeah.
about that.
Well, and
So,
it's got that staying power for sure. And the
yeah.
importance of story, and also I don't want to. I'm going to give you a minute or two here at least to mention if there's anything about the German instruction as well, because it's a little different, but also
Yeah.
this idea of there's an
Yes.
exploratory aspect to that too, right? Of how language opens up so many new vistas for you
Right.
too.
Yeah. I mean, I love when students come to discover how English and German are interrelated. They can start to see as, there is more discipline involved in studying a language. And so we concentrate, of course, on vocabulary acquisition, understanding the structure of the language, the syntax. But they do start to appreciate, like, wow, I really do see how English came from Germanic roots, and
Yeah.
it's not as hard of a language to study as I think many students think it's going to be.
Hmm.
And I'm glad that students can get excited about that.
Yeah.
So,
That's my wife was, I think, she was a double major. Her undergrad was partially in German, so it
oh,
endures to
cool,
this day, which is cool.
cool.
So we even have some children's books around that she had picked up at some point or was part of her study or whatever long before she had kids.
Oh
So she'll have fun
yeah,
just going through, and they just I mean, to them, like they just get a kick out of how it sounds different, but they can follow the story, and
sure,
so that's fun. But
right,
well,
yeah.
Marjule, let me just ask you here. I always, if I get to this, I like to ask this one. I didn't come up with it. This was given to me beforehand, but in the script here, what's a fun or intriguing thing about you that someone reading your bio on the Homeschool Connections website would not know?
I don't know. I don't think I'm
It's a
like
weird
that
question.
interesting of a person, and probably following closely on the heels of mentioning that I'm teaching the German, this won't come as much of a surprise, but I have become something of a German cook.
Oh,
So
okay.
my family members, my husband and my son in particular, are German and Austrian enthusiasts, and
Yeah,
they're always
super.
asking me to make things like dumplings and
Yeah.
spätzle and
Any
stuff like
schnitzels or
that.
anything, or
Oh yeah, yeah. I've been pounding
yeah.
out the schnitzels and stuff like that. So I've actually gotten pretty good at a few of those recipes, and
Awesome.
I have some students that come to my house to study German, and we had a little bake off at the
Nice.
end, which was really fun. We
Oh yeah.
did some different Kuchen and Torte, and it was a lot of fun.
Wonderful.
So
Well, Marjule, thank you so much, for stopping by here today. Just I always like to ask how anybody can
yeah.
get in touch with your families, can reach out to you, or how anyone can learn more about your courses.
Of course. Well, so obviously in the Homeschool Connections catalog, parents and students can see my middle school literature courses on offer this year, as well as German 1 and German 2. Obviously, German 1, there are no prerequisites. Now, for German 2, in particular, if parents want to know if perhaps their students could test into that, I have designed a very short placement test. Parents can email me at mrshartmannteaches@gmail.com. That's with no caps, no spaces,
Hmm.
no punctuation. mrshartmannteaches at
Hartman with two
gmail.com.
N's, right?
Hartman
Yep.
with two N's. Yeah, auf jeden Fall.
We have
Uh,
we,
you
we have
know,
it on your name placard there right now. Yep.
right. Yeah.
Yep.
So, but if parents have any questions at all about my teaching style, about my sense of expectations for their students, if their students have any learning differences that they would like me to be aware of, just any and
Mhm.
all questions, I am more than happy to answer. So,
Wonderful. Well, thank you so
okay.
much, Marjule Hartmann, for stopping by today and sharing with us about your Homeschool Connections courses. Best wishes to you.
And same to you, Mike. I hope you have a great summer.
You too. Auf Wiedersehen.
Wiederschauen.
God bless you.
God bless.